Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Marvelite, where we talk all things Marvel Comics. We have some very, very special guests this week, coming all the way over from the Super Friends DC podcast. This week, we have, as always, Segway Will.
I'm on the couch in the middle of our lounge area.
Oh. Jeez, what? Okay. And we have Nick.
Yo guys, I'm back. Second time on the show this recording, so it'll be cool.
Yeah, and we have Luke. That's right, we have another Luke on the podcast.
Woo! Earth. I'm from. This already isn't going anywhere. Marvel sucks.
This is my DC counterpart.
Yeah.
I love all things Marvel, and he loves all things DC, and I hate Batman, and
like.
He hates Spider-Man and Captain America, and I don't know if you actually hate those things.
No, I'm actually quite a very big fan of Marvel, so.
And I'm a big fan of DC, so it works, it flows.
If we can agree, then the war can end. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Well, trust me, there's going to be a war coming in 2016.
There's going to be a war. There's going to be a war
nerd
coming
wars
in the
upon us.
podcast. I mean, the comments.
There's going to be.
Oh, jeez.
There's going to be a war in that brief gap of time between BVS and Civil War. It's going to be a nerd war. It's going to be hilarious. But anyways, Luke,
I mean,
you
you can host if you want. Since you.
Oh no, it's all on you.
Oh
buddy.
yeah. I almost forgot to mention Malik. Yeah, he's not with us this week.
I killed him.
Here. Oh, yeah, Malik's dead. Everybody, no, he's not. He's not dead. He's not dead.
More the education system did.
Yeah, adult
Education
life
system.
caught up with him, so responsibilities and all that jazz. And here we are at 2:30 in the morning talking about comics.
He's not dead physically.
And movies.
I'm all grown up talking about comics at 2:30.
Actually, almost 3.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So, anyways, up on our slate tonight. First off, we have Marvel announces a new Black Panther series.
Woo! Well, I think they had already announced it before.
I've been waiting for this
I think
day.
they had already announced it before. I think it was just the new writer from the Atlantic. I think was signed on for it.
Yeah, it's that happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Black
Black
Panther's
Panther.
amazing.
I'm excited. Black author, black artist.
I think
lit.
it's good though that they actually did get a different, like, not just have some white dude write it. I mean, because I think a lot of people had kind of complained about that, like Marvel not having a diverse roster of creators, but it's
Wait.
cool.
So people were mad because there wasn't a black guy writing about a black character?
Yeah, well, they made a whole stink about it when they announced the hip-hop variants, because they're like, oh, well, but you guys don't have diverse, like, roster of creators, but you're announcing these hip-hop variants. And I was like, but...
I don't...
It's a kind of fair argument. It's a flip-floppy
Yeah,
argument. I see
definitely.
both sides of it. I can see it from the black side and the nerd side.
I feel like it's just more than just the writer itself being a black guy. It's more that the actual topic that's more the storyline that's going to be going on is actually really interesting. It's a little bit more political, something that Black Panther kind of started as back in his 60s and 70s run, and it's just something I'm glad that it's going back to.
Yeah, I haven't looked too much into it, but
It's about terrorism, isn't it?
I'm just always
Some
excited to
group
read
called
Black
the
Panther.
Peoples.
I love Black Panther. He's OP as fuck.
Yeah, it's just he's just so cool because he's so
Dear
cool because
God,
he's
he
like
is.
the most competent character in Marvel, and it's just weird how like he's easily like probably the most smartest Avenger on the entire team.
Yeah, like I would watch a 2-hour movie of
Yeah.
of,
bitch smacked
of
Tony
Black
Stark.
Panther and Namor just sitting around and fighting and punching each other. I would watch that for 2 hours.
And then Black Panther stabs the shit out of him.
I'd watch that
Seriously,
twice.
they're always punching each other.
I'd buy that on Blu-ray. I hate Namor. And I think it's the
Namor's
Widow's
good.
Peak. I think that's what it is.
Oh, jeez.
I'd watch that movie 3 times over.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, SNL said, it's like
Good-
Marvel can
good
make,
stuff.
a movie about someone pushing a cart, and I would totally watch it.
I would be on for it. Oh, Cartman, bringing him back from the Silver Age.
Oh, jeez. So anyways, Black Panther, new series coming. I'm excited.
Yeah, cool.
I'm indifferent.
Yeah,
Of course you are.
I can't think of a segue. But anyways.
Yeah.
It's another Marvel thing next.
Another Marvel thing happening. So recently, John Watts got to sit down with Empire Magazine, and he talked a little bit about Tom Holland and how he embodies the spirit of Spider-Man. Pretty interesting stuff. I was going to go ahead and read the quote here. So basically, he's sitting with Empire, and he goes on to say that there are so many times that you can just kill Uncle Ben, which I totally agree. I mean, you can only do it so many freaking times. If they do it again,
Yeah.
I'm gonna blow my freaking brains out. Yeah.
You get it, he's
He
dead.
said, "I love the idea of making a coming-of-age high school movie. We're really going to see Peter Parker in high school and get deeper into that side of it. He's just 15 now. Tom was pretty perfect. He's very athletic. He can actually do a backflip. If he didn't already capture the spirit of the character with that on top, the kid is Spider-Man."
I just like the delivery of that. He can actually do a back.
I mean, there's a video of
Yeah, so
there's a video of him on Instagram doing flips and shit everywhere. So he can't.
that was
physically do
you know
flips.
he
Like-
cleverly did that. He did. He didn't just happen to upload those as he was been announced. He cleverly put that out.
Yeah, but guys, Andrew Garfield was.
I think they're like a
Spider-Man.
year old, but like the news caught wind of them at that time.
What'd you say, Nick?
Andrew Garfield was Spider-Man, though, guys.
I miss Andrew, poor bastard.
No, I really do feel bad for Andrew Garfield because
Poor
he
guy.
really wanted to be that character for a while.
He's all like
and-
disheveled now, and he's talking about like, yeah, it was so disenchanting playing Spider-Man. He's like, it was an awful period of my life, and I'm like, damn, like, it sucks.
Dude, yeah, he said that working for Sony felt like a prison on the second movie.
You keep listening. It's just like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, Andrew. But
Well,
this
speaking
new
of-
guy,
Oh,
Well, yeah, well, speaking of that, Mark
doing
Webb,
it for the fans.
Mark Webb had also sat down, the director of the Amazing Spider-Man series, and well, I shouldn't say series, but one movie and its sequel, very very crappy sequel. I really don't blame Mark Webb for that movie. I feel like that was Sony. They pulled a Spider-Man 3 on him. Anyways, so yeah, he
don't
sat
either.
down with them and he goes on to say, he said, I'm very excited for all the folks at Marvel and what they're doing, what they're going to do with that character. I think he belongs in that universe, and there's a real excitement to see what they can come up with. Maybe we'll all be on a panel someday, Sam, me, and whoever directs it. John Watts is directing it, Mark. I don't like if you not. No, never mind. He said whoever directs it is like you not pay
Whoops.
attention to what's going on around you, bud. Like it's John Watts. John Watts would be at that panel
I
with
mean-
you with Sam Raimi
He's not.
if that ever happens.
It's like,
I
yeah,
doubt it
whoever
will.
that one guy is who didn't do anything.
He's not getting paid anymore, so names don't matter.
he's still so depressed.
Sam Watts, John Raymond.
Like he's still so depressed. He doesn't have time to just think about who took Spider-Man from him.
I am glad to hear Mark Webb kind of speak up about this finally, and what have been curious for months on how he felt about it. This obviously is his public opinion. I don't know. I'm glad to see that he's not holding any resentment or anything. You know, it's something that I know him and Stan Lee had talked about in the past in interviews with them two together about how great it would be if Spider-Man could be an Avenger. Um, so I think it's something that Mark probably wanted from the beginning, but just couldn't do because of what's her name? It's Sony.
Shit.
Yeah, I mean.
That cruel mistress, Sony.
Everyone was so happy when the cruel mistress, I forget her name, dang it, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Amy Pascal.
Amy Pascal. When Amy Pascal was at the top, everyone was so glad when she stepped down until
Amy
like a
Pascal.
week later when they announced who took her place, and it was Tom Rothman, the guy behind what Daredevil 2003, X-Men Origins Wolverine, the first two Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah, but Daredevil 2003 was good though.
Never in history has a yay turned to a violent fuck so fast.
Excellent analogy.
Except outside of pregnancy accidents, just get fuck.
Oh jeez.
For the shitstorm that awaits.
This is not safe for 15-year-old Spidey. We shouldn't be saying these terrible, terrible things.
Oh, good God.
Have you met high schoolers today?
No, I haven't. I don't wish to, Will.
They're out here having drugs, drinking sex.
You know, it really
They're having drugs, drinking sex.
It really does help that Tom Holland is athletic, and he's
My age.
and he's willing to do the stunts that are required. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that. But Spider-Man in the comics has ran into a few vampiric characters before, such as Blade. And Blade, I'm terrible at segues.
And like Morbius.
When the fuck did he ever see Blade?
Yeah, not so easy, is it?
No, I guess it's not, Will.
Actually, that's a good question.
No, during there was some Marvel Knights stuff, dude, with him and Blade.
Was there really?
Yeah.
What did they do?
I believe they teamed up and actually took down Dracula at one point.
During the '90s
Alright.
series.
And they fought Morbius.
All right, this is a little too silly for me.
On the
They gotta put Morbius in the MCU too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But anyways, Wesley Snipes, he keeps teasing about his reprisal as Blade. He did go on record recently, and he sat down with the Huffington Post, and he said this: "There's always a possibility, it's in Marvel's hands. They're controlling the pace and the flow of that. Conversations have been going good. They see the value in it. We see the value in it. I'm still in shape enough and fit enough to handle the role. We'll see how it goes. I don't really know what's going to happen to it yet." And he also talked about his character possibly teaming up with the Avengers, and he goes on to reply, "That would be interesting. I mean, I know it's in the comic book. It would be really interesting to see where they would place him and where he would really fit in. He's got to bite somebody. I don't know who he's going to bite."
Yeah, Wesley Snipes is still very big.
He's talking about it so much at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if they had signed him on to do something. I know that recently there's been talks about his daughter joining. Which, how cool would that be if they did like a Netflix series? It would be like a father-daughter team up, and like they're like the villain for season 1 is Morbius. I would be down. I would be down
out of there as soon as possible.
I would be so down for that, dude. Honestly,
yeah.
But here's the thing:
I'd love to see it. To also,
would that mean though that the original
also Marvel with a well-written female?
Would that mean though that the original series of movies is continuity to the MCU? So would those technically be the first MCU movies?
So, like the
it's not hard to cover up.
Well, screw the third movie. Retcon that piece of shit. The first two movies only happened.
Well, I mean, because Blade's always been that kind of character that's always been on the outskirts of the Marvel universe, and his movies his movies don't really impact anything substantially. At least none that I can see. So I mean, if they really wanted to, they could just
really
go ahead and
don't.
just incorporate them.
I don't know. I don't know how
Make him a
about
Howling
Blade
Commando.
showing
Just
up in an
never talked
Avengers
about it.
movie though.
No, I don't think that. I mean, he's a Netflix
No.
guy. The more I look at him, it's like I see Blade on Netflix more than anything.
Now I could see Blade running around with
Defenders,
yeah, with like
maybe.
Punisher and Daredevil and Luke Cage. Like I could totally see that.
Yeah.
And Iron Fist. I can't exclude Iron Fist.
I mean, I think at the end of the day,
I mean-
it's like if you're really gonna get Blade and to like introduce this whole mystical side of things, like I feel like he would fit in. Maybe not, because like the Defenders, it would be cool. But like if you maybe introduce things like Ghost Rider or Moon Knight and everything, you would fit in more of those really wacky kind of out there, just really dark kind of characters, as opposed to like the basic street level guys. Because he's dealing with vampires and shit.
Absolutely.
We're one step closer to an all-black Avengers team.
We're almost there.
Yeah, like for Phase 2 of Netflix, I know that there's this supposed
You need like one more. You need a girl.
secret slate going on. I guess actually, I think that's even going on at Warner Brothers with they got that Booster Gold stuff going on.
Yeah.
So it seems like all these companies are having like these secret slates of movies, and I think, like you said, Nick, I think they want to order a sort of a rough cut, a pilot, to see how that goes. So hopefully they'll start screen testing Wesley Snipes with some stuff here soon.
Yeah, I mean,
would
you
be-
could definitely show up in another series that we have now, like Daredevil or something like
Hey
that.
man, I'm down.
Freaking vampires in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah,
Dude,
that
honestly,
would be kind of
like-
weird, but it'd be cool though.
I mean, people have had their doubts. Like, I don't know how I feel about vampires being
just-
in the MCU, but
Like,
go ahead, Dwell.
yeah, go ahead.
It's like we have aliens.
It's true. I mean,
I mean, yeah, it
Well,
wouldn't
that's
be.
it.
I
We
don't
just
think it
have
would be that
aliens.
hard to play off vampires. You could just, kind of
Like-
explain that they've been hiding in secret, or they've been, like dormant, or like, like they could do, like, if they want to do some type of Dracula storyline, they could, he's been asleep for a long time or something like that, or I don't know.
yeah, we're gonna enter Doctor Strange next year anyway, so that'll also help out.
I'm just like,
absolutely.
if we're getting Inhumans,
Bringing in the
yeah,
weird.
if we're getting Inhumans, that is like the secret, like royal family. I think vampires aren't too far out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, and it's like Nick said, we're getting Doctor Strange, which is going to be, according to Kevin Feige, he wants it to be mind-boggling. Not only does they're aiming for Doctor Strange to be the craziest Marvel movie you've ever seen, but they want it to be the most visually astonishing movie that anyone's ever seen ever. So that tells me a lot. They have high ambitions for Doctor Strange, and they're delving into the world of magic and mysticism and multiple dimensions.
Something Thor really should have done, but
Well, yeah, I know. Well, we had this conversation a little bit ago.
I think the only thing that sucks about the Doctor Strange movie though is that his science or his magic, from what I had seen, is like more science-y based, not like actual magic. But
And see, I think that is an attempt to.
Yeah, they
I
did
think
the
that's
same
an
thing
attempt
with
to
Thor.
ground the character again. Thor shouldn't be grounded. Neither should Doctor Strange.
Well-
They're both. Their worlds are kind of similar.
Well, Thor can fly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the thing with Doctor Strange is that like, it's just strange because like you have this whole thing, like you have all these
He's
other
strange.
dimensions like with Dormammu and shit, and I don't know how you can explain all of that scientifically. So what's the point of showing his magic as scientific or anything?
Dude, it's like I said, like you want to know how you'd like describe like multiple dimensions and shit without if they want to keep it on Earth and they want to save on budget a little bit, like a cheap and easy way to show us other types of worlds would be to like I think I've like joked around before, but like like when he's experimenting with his powers when he first gets them, he just like opens up a portal, and then you can just see like other versions of the Avengers, like these like really campy like 616, or you can see like a black suited Spider-Man swing by or something like that, and it's Miles Morales. So it's like without actually going in there and things getting too crazy, you could just allude to other other timelines and these other else worlds and stuff like that. I think that would be I think it would be a great homage to the comics, and it would just be, I think it would be one of the easiest ways to explain it,
Right.
or at least show us of what you're talking about, because I know that Kevin Feige said that, in the original announcement, he said that the MCU's version of it is going to be more of like quantum theory and string theory and dark matter and all this stuff, which they're trying to bring a science element into it into fantasy. If they can pull it off, good for them, and that's what I hope they can do. I hope that they can pull it off. I just hope it doesn't get too convoluted. I want it to be crazy. I want it to be visually mind-boggling, but they need to be clever enough to be able to have it also appeal to everyone and easy enough for everyone to follow. If it starts getting too crazy, because like I pitched the idea before, like Kevin Feige recently said that there's supposedly 2 Infinity Gauntlets. Either one, you're lying to us and you're just trying to retcon that first Infinity Gauntlet out of Thor 1, or 2, there really is 2. And I think I was talking to my buddy at my local comic shop the other week about it, and I said, well, like a way to explain that there's 2 gauntlets is that it could possibly be a gauntlet from another universe. It could be a gauntlet from like 1610, or it could be the gauntlet from this Elseworld or something like that.
Oh,
right.
So I mean, it's like there's just all different types of ways to explain it. And like if you want to tie in Doctor Strange to the bigger, grander arc of Infinity War, that would be an interesting way to do it, is have the Infinity Gauntlet show up in Doctor Strange. That could show you how one of the gauntlets got in this universe, in the cinematic universe.
That would be interesting. I think, like,
It just fell. Shit, there it goes.
what a great segue.
I think Doctor Strange should show up in the Netflix stuff too. I think they want him in Defenders.
Yeah, if anything, it should be Iron Fist. He should show up in.
Yeah.
Like, you mean a physical appearance, or like just be mentioned?
He better.
No, I think they wanted him
dude,
to
if he's
cameo
like
in it.
like if Iron Fist is like astro projecting or something
Nah,
like
physical.
that, how cool would that
Cumber-
be if he just bumps into Doctor Strange?
I mean, maybe, but I feel like that kind of misses the.
Cumberbatch is no stranger to
like.
TV.
Well, here's the thing. Doctor Strange is like I'm a big fan of Doctor Strange, by the way. Just in case, friggin' Doctor Strange is like really out there, sort of magic and just like demons and entities and all that. And Iron Fist's magic was more like mysticism and ancient Chinese like energy that comes from within and all that.
But they both come from the same place, though. And it's like kind of lost my train of thought there. Going back to Iron Fist for a moment. I know, like Nick mentioned earlier before we started recording, about how the television, Marvel Television, is kind of in cahoots right now with Iron Fist. They're not sure exactly what they want to do. They signed a contract with Netflix to film on location in New York City with all of their shows. They don't quite know what they're going to do for Iron Fist. We don't know if it's going to be an origin story, if it's we just don't know. I already pitched it's best to do it as an origin story. Even then, though, like an origin story sounds more expensive than doing a story like in New York City. You're gonna have to do it in like crafty sets or on location up in the mountains somewhere.
Right.
It's either way. It's probably going to be one of the more expensive shows that they do.
There's not that many Asian temples.
And
in New York.
I'm curious because like, how are they going to do Kunlun? Are they going to do like a more grounded, or are they going to do it's a multi-dimensional city that only appears once every 10 years? Like,
I think Madame Gao ties into that too. Also,
she does.
Yeah, like she does, because she
clearly alludes to it, and she's showing up in
Luke Cage.
They just said she's showing up in Luke Cage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, because she's affiliated with Steel Serpent, or at least she has his symbol. So obviously, there's like some interesting. She has some connection with like the living weapons and all that.
Yeah, I mean they could even do like flashbacks of his origin and then do like some
They
Batman
could,
Begins type shit, like training and
You
all
mean
that. Or
they could definitely arrow it. They can arrow the hell out of it.
No.
I mean,
yeah, arrow it.
actually. Yeah, arrow it.
As in
No.
put flashbacks in every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And see that if you're just gonna have all those flashbacks like Arrow, you might as well just do it. You just tell the origin.
Or they could just do one episode, be a whole flashback,
Yeah.
like of his origin,
Right.
and
Right.
just go from there. I don't know.
Oh yeah. I mean, no one really knows that much about Iron Fist in the mainstream, so
Right.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that gets pulled off.
it's a
I
learning
guess.
experience for everybody.
Yeah. So Wesley Snipes' Blade would be cool to see. Just
Yeah, bringing it back full circle here.
This is nerds for you. This is what we do.
start off at Blade, end up at fucking Iron
This
Fist.
is the life we
Yeah,
live.
I mean,
But,
that being said,
actually,
we
going back to-
possibly got Blade, we got Doctor
There's-
Strange coming, we got Iron Fist coming eventually. Let's just do Ghost Rider at this point, you know?
Well, what?
Go balls deep, dude.
What?
Marvel, that's one thing Marvel they have faith in their characters. If they didn't, we wouldn't have half of the movies that we have. So
I don't know about Ghost Rider. At least not as a central character.
dude, if he shows up in like one episode of Blade or Punisher, I would be happy.
You could,
No, yeah.
You could give him a little something to work with.
No, like I mean, I think Ghost Rider as a character works.
Constantine.
Yeah, well, I mean, he works best I think when he's not really like a main character. He's a character in the universe, but he doesn't have like a set story devoted to him. Because the more I think about it, I don't think Ghost Rider really ever has been too interesting by himself. Like it's always whenever he's paired up with someone.
I think he's best when he's played by Nicolas Cage, but I mean that's just me.
That's what I think about Superman.
He's
Yeah,
played by Nicolas
that would have been
Cage.
awesome, but
Oh.
Oh, Nicholas.
That would have been great. I don't know what you're talking about.
hey,
No, it
yes,
would have been.
would've, yeah.
Superman.
I don't doubt it.
Okay. Anyways, so
It would have been. It would have been entertaining.
So now we're moving over from the Disney
No,
side of
Luke.
Marvel, and we are moving over to the Fox side
Well-
of Marvel. No, we are not talking about Fant Four Stick. We talked about that. Well, I think we more like yelled about that a couple episodes
Well, you did.
ago.
You did mention something about Inhumans.
Inhumans.
Well, what? Inhumans.
What, Will?
We've killed the horse after beating it for so long.
We have?
I was gonna say that we've killed the horse after beating a dead horse.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit! I
Fant
fucked up
Four
the analogy.
So,
Yeah.
anyways, guys, Rupert Wyatt exits the Gambit solo movie. Not long after Channing Tatum signed on to play Gambit as well. So it looks like Fox is in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah.
Personally, I think this is a good thing, and I hope this movie gets canceled. They should have learned their lesson. This is what happens when you don't include these characters in the X-Men. That's what happens, Fox. It's probably a good thing. Just let it die.
Plus, no rogue.
Let it die in peace. Don't. Yeah. Plus, no rogue. Don't try to find another director. Just let it go. Let it go. Make this one last apocalypse and just let everything go.
Yeah, I mean-
Have the rights to Gambit revert to Marvel.
Dude, you know how amazing that would be?
It wouldn't
That
be
would be
amazing, Luke. It would be stupid.
Just him.
It would be amazing. You could make
not.
they would just make Gambit an Inhuman.
No. No.
I
my
gotta talk about this
Call him
Gambit
card
situation.
throwy.
Yeah, so Nick seems to have the scoops. So what's going on, Nick?
Yeah, so basically, the whole reason this movie is happening is because Channing Tatum. It's his passion project. He wants to play the character. The only problem is that after Fan Four Stick, Fox isn't willing to throw $150 million into another movie that they don't know is going to have that kind of return. I mean,
Of course
Fantastic
not.
Four didn't even make over 150 million back, so
Yeah, they lost money on that.
yeah. So I mean, Rupert Wyatt, I think from what I know, Rupert Wyatt was having a lot of discussions about going back and forth with Fox and the budget and like the direction to take the movie and stuff like that, and then I guess he was unhappy with it, so that's why he walked. So it's just a lot of turmoil at Fox right now with what their Marvel properties. They don't know where to go, really.
I know where they could go with them.
They can go to
You
Disney.
already know what my answer is going to be.
They can go
So,
call up Kevin
home.
Feige and
call up Kevin Feige and be like, "Hey, is it too late to start sucking your dick now?" And I'm sure
Never.
Kevin Feige is like, "I'm taking my belt off as we speak."
Feige intensifies.
The pants are already at ankle length.
Yeah, I think that whole like Fox coming out with that statement about like, oh yeah, we're still doing Fantastic Four 2. It's probably just like a cover, you know. I honestly
It's absolutely
think
a
they
cover.
have no idea.
They're not gonna make any public statements, or they're not gonna let us know that they're freaking out internally. Of course, they're freaking out internally.
Yeah.
We're not stupid, dude. We're fucking nerds. We know this shit. You know it. You can't make a movie like that and have it fail so hard and not freak out about it. I would be freaking out if my movie did so horribly. Josh Trank flipped out on 4chan one night. That was incredible to watch, by the way.
The
Everyone
fall of
freaked
man.
out about the movie. No one promoted it. It was just a terrible, terrible movie. I hope they learn their lesson to cancel this damn Gambit movie. It doesn't need to happen. If Channing Tatum wants to play a superhero so bad, just go over to Kevin Feige's office and beg him to fucking play something.
But no, it
Yeah.
has to be Gambit, Luke.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an essential movie that they need to focus on right now. I think that's what they're realizing, and obviously, $150 million is just
Shit,
way too steep
gives
of a
a
price
Storm
tag
Origins
for it,
film.
too.
If they can go out and make a kick-ass movie, Deadpool, for $30 million, they can make a Gambit movie for $20 million.
Yeah, I mean, it's easily.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, Deadpool's
Why?
the only
Who
one
who
that
asked for
seems-
$150 million to begin with?
I have no clue.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah, Channing
Our
did probably.
greedy bastards.
We need $150 million to tell the
Channing
unique
all
and
over your tail.
death-defying origin of Gambit.
And that's another thing that Channing Tatum
Gambit
has a
for-
problem with too, is that his movies don't make money
With
apart
no
from,
rogue.
like, Magic Mike.
What, 21 Jump Street didn't make enough for him?
I mean, it does, but the whole him
dicks in
being in
slow
an
motion?
action role, like in a title role,
It's
he doesn't
iffy.
make money. Like White House Down bombed.
not that good of
you
an
know,
actor.
Like all his movies just flop. Like he doesn't bring in a male audience that wants to go.
What was his most recent one with Mila Kunis? That
I was
horrible
gonna say
movie.
Magic
What was the name of that?
Jupiter
Jupiter-
Ascending.
Oh, Jupiter
Yeah,
Ascending.
Jupiter Ascending.
Okay,
It was so
wait.
forgettable.
All right, wait. That was the Wachowskis. All right, let's
Yeah.
let's direct blame to where it's really due. The Wachowskis did that movie.
Yeah.
Dude, did you guys know that The Matrix wasn't even an original idea?
Well, I mean, of course it wasn't. It was
No, it
like
was
a
stolen from a
mishmash of
black woman in
everything.
the
It's
80s,
terrible
along
too
with the
when you go
Terminator.
back and
No,
watch it.
they blatantly copy pasted that from a comic book from the 90s.
It was a stolen idea.
Yeah, no, seriously, it was a stolen idea. There was a popular comic in the 90s. I can't think of the name of it, damn it. I was just talking about this last week with my friend.
Must not have been that popular then.
No, well, it was pretty popular for its time. Same exact concept as The Matrix. Same exact concept. It was a blatant freaking ripoff.
Yeah.
I remember.
So yeah, they.
I remember you
I
telling
mean-
me.
Yeah, they.
It was
I mean,
stolen,
if
it was
they-
stolen
you're-
from that comic and another woman who wrote the Terminator too.
I mean, if the movie's any indication, I probably would have hated the comic. Now that I think about it.
Damn.
Jeez.
You
Yeah.
might have liked it.
So is there anything else over at Fox that we should know about, Nick? That do they have any direction what they're gonna do after X-Men Apocalypse?
I
Fox.
think that they're like considering the whole like X-Men TV show kind of tying in, and then they want to kind of groom these younger mutants to take over because like
So no Wolverine. They haven't thought of like who they're gonna recast.
no, they're probably gonna shelve him and then just kind of move on with this younger cast of mutants because like Apocalypse is gonna be the finale to this first class roster of characters. So
Wasn't
So I know since Ike Perlmutter left, Disney is no longer in charge. I believe that there were some talks internally within Marvel about Kevin Feige trying to repair the relationship with Fox. The damage is so horrible right now. They have so much animosity.
Yeah,
Marvel has just backed them into a corner.
Yeah.
For everything with merchandise, toys and all that, clothes, video games, they've just completely shut them out. Even comics, they've just completely shut the X-Men out, mutants in general, and the same thing with Fantastic Four. It's so horrible right now that it's going like I hope Kevin can pull a miracle here. I like do you
Feige.
know if there's been any internal talks over at Fox with like any interest in doing some type of crossover with the MCU?
I'm pretty sure Kevin has met with them a few times actually to talk about things, but I don't know like if there's been any movement on that or if it's just been like really early like oh like do you want to kind of cross over with the Sony type of deal, but who knows? I think it
Right.
could happen though.
See, here's the thing: is that Kevin's very adamant about not using the same actors, and I know that Fox just spent a bunch of money casting all these people for X-Men Apocalypse, and they want to move forward with this younger cast. So these younger casts probably have multi-movie contracts, I would assume.
Yeah.
That being said, like let's say like a year or two from now, Fox and Marvel do come to an agreement of doing some type of crossover. I don't know if Kevin's going to be down for using those same actors because Kevin likes to use his own talent. He likes to use his own characters. I don't know if Fox is going to be willing to play ball like that and like, well, we just spent money on these actors, and do we just cancel their contracts and then give them liberties, or what do you do at that point?
Well, I mean, at that point, if they're using Inhumans, and Inhumans are basically just going to be their version of mutants, would they even really... I mean, would Kevin really be interested in X-Men? I would think that he would want more Fantastic Four than anything.
Not even Fantastic Four, dude. You're talking like Galactus, Silver Surfer, the Heralds, the Skrulls, the Shi'ar, Blastar, Annihilus. I mean, you got all the Negative Zone. I mean, you got all this stuff in the Fantastic Four lore. You don't even necessarily need the Fantastic Four.
Dr. Doom,
my best
obviously.
bet would be, and it's like I talked to a guy actually at Marvel recently, that was telling me that Marvel literally has like pages and pages and pages of concept art for characters that they don't even have the rights back to yet. They have concept art for Galactus. They have concept art for Wolverine, and all these other X-Men characters. They have concept art for the Skrulls, for the Shi'ar Empire, the Badoon. They have pages and pages of them just sitting around in their offices. But there's nothing they can do with them because they're across the street over at Fox.
Right.
But that being said, like Marvel does still think about these things, and they haven't, as much of a corner they back Fox into, they haven't forgotten about these characters. They're doing all of this out of spite. The Inhumans wouldn't even be a thing in the TV universe or in the movies if they would have just repaired their relationship with Fox a long time ago. We wouldn't be seeing Inhumans. We'd be seeing mutants all over the place. But that isn't the case. The mutants or the Inhumans are literally just they're a fuck you to Fox.
Yeah.
We probably should touch on that once we get through the Fox part about that whole this little mass extinction, if you will, What's going on? The mutants.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they ended the Fantastic Four comic. They killed off Wolverine recently. It's not looking good for mutants in general right now.
Yeah, they're gonna get their own. They're gonna get their own planet, guys.
I can think of a couple that they'll hold on to.
They're gonna get their own planet. They're gonna.
Planet M.
Yeah, they'll send all the useless ones. They'll send all the useless ones to the planet, like Leech, Maggot, Senyaka, Beak.
Now that I'm thinking about it, actually the biggest flip off to Fox that Marvel has done recently was not only that little bit where they did that thing in the Fantastic Four comic, but also they retconned again Scarlet Witch's and Quicksilver's backstory as mutants. They are no longer mutants in the comics.
So basically, fuck you.
Which was apparently part of their old origin, according to Armin, but still, like, the fact that they did it is kind of a dick move.
Okay, no. Okay. This has always been a big thing. Like, where did they first appear? Avengers or X-Men? I'm almost positive they first appeared in X-Men with the Brotherhood of Mutants, and like their very next appearance was Avengers.
Really?
It's such a really close that it's always a topic of debate. I'm almost positive they first appeared in X-Men.
I swear it was Avengers, but you could be right. I'm not saying you're wrong.
They weren't confirmed to be Magneto's kids until later on.
Yeah.
But I'm almost positive they first appeared in X-Men.
No. Well, and see, their original backstory weren't even mutants in the original backstory.
Yeah,
they were created by the High Evolutionary.
Yeah.
Right.
From Spider-Man Unlimited.
They were later retconned to be the children of Magneto. Yeah, but I have the damn comic from last year that clearly shows them not being mutants anymore. Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Because no.
Because no.
It's bad. It needs to get.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't call them miracles in the comics.
Scarlet Witch, first appearance, X-Men number 4.
The miracles.
Yeah. Like, it's just that her very next appearances were in Avengers.
Yeah.
Like, it's so close together that, I mean,
Yeah, her and Quicksilver, X-Men number 4.
I mean, I'm actually surprised that Fox didn't fight that more, because they did appear in an X-Men comic. So you would think by legal grounds that Fox would have the right to say no, you can't.
They're not
use
technically
her in the
mutants,
Avengers.
but they did appear in the X-Men.
I think Marvel has a...
It's weird.
Right, like their original thing was that they weren't mutants in their original story, but they first appeared in an X-Men comic, so it's like they both kind of have claim to them.
I think we were talking about this in the past. Weren't there other characters that were similar to that, but Fox is still like, no, you can't do that?
No. None of that.
Isn't there a
I feel like Namor is in that gray area.
I think
Namor...
He's at Universal, though, isn't he? Or he's at Lionsgate or something.
Dude, no. It's so weird with Namor. He's at like 4 different studios, depending on what name you
depending
go
on
by.
the day.
The Submariner is at one studio. Namor is at Universal, and then the King of Atlantis is at Marvel. It's so weird. I don't even know, dude. It's freaking weird.
And I think there's a rumor actually that apparently Franklin and Valeria are also shared characters with Marvel.
That's right, I think they are.
Yes, Franklin Richards is shared with Marvel actually.
Which why?
That's a weird one. Of all people, that's so weird.
Yeah, they gotta put Valeria in the MCU.
No, she just ruined everyone's day.
Like they're exclusively tied to freaking Reed and Sue. Like
It like, dude, a lot of these deals and contracts just don't make sense. They don't add up. I don't know what's going on. I really don't.
Yeah, we might see them hand over the Fantastic Four though, because Marvel has to sign off on the X-Men show.
We're waiting on.
You know, since the Spider-Man deal happened a lot sooner than what I was expecting, I'm guessing like in the next 6 months, like Fox is gonna cave. with the Fantastic Four.
I am predicting that Fox will flip Marvel off again and just say, "Fine, we just won't do a TV show. Fuck it."
Fuck it in that.
Probably, yeah. I mean,
Well, is there any
Fox
Fox
fuckery.
fuckery to talk about?
There's lots of Fox fuckery to talk about, but we don't have the time to talk about all that. That's going
Oh,
to
you
take
mean like
days.
the last time?
days.
That
Days and
108
days and
hours.
days.
Um,
Oh, jeez, no.
Yeah, we gotta hold a
dear
Skype-a-thon
God,
to talk
I wouldn't be
about
able
Fox.
to do it. I'd tap
No more
out
Skype-a-thons,
like hour
Nick.
6.
My bandwidth can't take it.
I know. I don't even think Nick's bandwidth could take it.
Yeah, it could.
Yeah, but your server crashed.
Yeah, my
No, I just,
audio
like-
crashed last time.
Oh,
I just
yeah.
like Nick's. I bet it could.
It's
You don't
different
know.
now. It's been
Yeah, a
it's
year
been
later,
years.
it's still
different.
going.
Fuck you.
Ultron is my
You
bandwidth.
run on that Ultron Wi-Fi.
Ultron has like.
I wonder what
unlimited
Ultron's Wi-Fi
bandwidth.
connection is like.
Unless Vision fucking touches him. But he is Wi-Fi connection, Will.
I mean, but is it good? Like, is he pass? Is he?
Yeah, he's just got like.
Is he password protected?
Well, I mean, I would assume so. He was able to control all those. Well, I mean, Vision did kind of lock him
Now-
out, so I guess not. He didn't have the little pattern thing going on.
Password
the
Stark
fingerprint
sucks.
Damn it! How'd he figure it
The
out?
part where I'm just gonna break down my evil plan. We should
Oh, good
do
God.
that movie one day.
So, anyways, yeah, like all that being said, let's just hope that Marvel and Disney and Kevin Feige can work a miracle here. The Fox is just screwed with these characters almost beyond repair. You just need a complete and total reboot at this point.
Yeah.
I don't even think the soft reboot that they've done with this new trilogy has done the X-Men justice. These just are not my X-Men.
Give me a
These are not
Storm
the
Origins
X-Men I
movie,
grew up
damn
with.
it!
I mean, I don't know.
Hulk Beast. That's all I have to say.
Well, I mean,
Mic drop.
they made some mistakes. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. Days of Future Past feels
It's a step.
like a right direction. I think in terms of just tone and everything. It's just
It's like a step like up the stairs.
You trip
and then
up.
like you trip, but like you trip and you don't like fall and slam real hard. Like you catch yourself with your hands, but you still fucking trip.
hey now we're assuming that Apocalypse is gonna be we're assuming Apocalypse.
I'm assuming
is
it's gonna be
fall.
decent.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean I am.
I'm
No,
assuming it's gonna be good.
Financially, I'm betting it's gonna make.
I don't.
most money
I
out of
don't
all the
believe you
X-Men
on that one,
movies.
sadly.
I think it's
Sadly,
gonna be great at the box.
I think it'll make less
office.
than X for that.
I'm just interested to see how many. I'm interested to see how many plot holes and
Hopefully
continuity
it won't be
errors
as
that I
bad
can
as
count
Doctor
as I'm
Who,
watching
but,
it.
you know.
What?
I didn't go. Like Days of Future Past. I didn't go. I couldn't go a whole 5 minutes without that
Damn.
whole movie without yelling at the screen.
Well, I mean,
I was at the point where like my friends had to keep telling me to calm down.
Yeah,
It's like
time
time
travel
travel.
is a shitty mistress.
look, the movies are exactly like the comics, guys. We did
It's
it.
a mess.
We're
a mess
here.
and a half. Just like the comics.
Things that don't make sense are happening.
Let's give Kitty Pryde
I-
a whole new set of powers with no
They-
explanation for them.
They
Just
explained
like
the
the
powers
comics
in an
would have
interview with like
Let's-
a news
let's bring back
company,
Xavier
but not
with
in
no
the film, and that's
explanation.
the problem. Because once it's explained in the interview, it kind of makes sense.
And to be fair,
I've said no. I've said this time and time again before.
You're absolutely right.
Off-screen remarks don't count. I don't care how much you try to defend your slip
You're
up.
right.
If it's not on screen, it does not count.
You know,
I don't care what your
I agree with
explanation
you. I'm
is.
saying, like, they
I
gave a
agree.
reason,
It does
but it's
not
not in the
count.
movie, so no one knows that.
I am gonna say
That's
though.
not helping your case if you say it offhanded in an interview.
So, I am gonna say. Yeah, I am gonna say. To be fair, they did explain Professor X in X-Men 3.
Sort of. They didn't say how he got his body back. All they said, you're not the only person with gifts.
Didn't
What does
he-
that fucking mean? That is so vague. That is
Means
so
that Walmart's
vague.
having a sale. Time to pick up the Christmas presents.
Didn't he?
Like, is like Xavier like? Did he just upload his consciousness into like some type
Put it
of
in
weird
Ultron.
like copy paste vision, where it's like they just took like some
Wait a
like
minute.
synthetic tissue and just like
Didn't he
reanimated his corpse and then transferred his consciousness back into his like body.
say? Didn't he say in X3 he was like a twin brother or something? Like that.
Yeah, but he woke up and he
Wait
was
a minute,
black.
I missed something here.
that makes perfect sense, Brett Ratner. That makes perfect sense.
Okay,
I
I
missed
forgot
it.
about
I
him
think I
being
missed a
black.
step
I'm
here.
sorry.
I put it in my twin, and he's black. Oh, shit. Well, this isn't going to be a good time. A mutant and black? Oh, shit. God damn it.
Oh, god damn it!
Yeah, notice
It's my
like,
brother
the
from
black
another
mutants have
mother.
to have really awesome powers to offset the fact that they're a black mutant. Like, Storm is an Omega level mutant, but she's also an African woman, which means no
Notice
one
that the
respects her. Except, oh shit, she can summon a tornado on my face. Or Darwin, oh, he can't die.
I was gonna say, notice that the black mutants get killed off like immediately after
I
they're
still need
introduced.
Darwin should have been one of the four horsemen.
Dude,
and I'm fighting for
Darwin
that to
is
happen.
awesome.
Darwin, dude.
He should have been dead.
Yeah, but Darwin died because
It's like,
you know,
okay,
he
I
couldn't
will.
adapt.
It's like adapt to this.
And I'm like,
for
Ugh,
some
nope,
so
reason he
fucking
that's
could.
not a
so
reason.
stupid.
It's not a reason to adapt to this.
Because that makes
He got
total sense.
Guys,
Remember
he got
how
that makes-
awesome?
that makes perfect
Remember
sense.
how awesome Bishop
oh
was,
yeah,
guys?
for 5 seconds. Yeah, it's the,
I'm starting to get a headache from this.
Remember
I'm
that
so-
shot
awesome
the
Bishop
thing.
scene where he
Darwin was
he
clearly
did
killed by
something?
the powers of Kevin Bacon. That's what did
He
it.
did that one thing and had that one line.
Come on, guys.
Remember when Storm was played by Halle Berry? That was a good power.
Yeah, then she got played by the girl that played Aaliyah.
Ugh.
Anyway,
No, guys, that's racist though, because you guys call Cyclops, you guys call him Scott, and
Oh.
you call Wolverine Logan. But anytime someone refers to Storm, it's just Storm and not
We're not
Aurora.
even going to get
That's
into that
racist.
fight.
I
though.
call
That's
Cyclops
stupid.
fuckface, so this whole argument's out the window.
Well, Storm is a badass name. I mean, Aurora is badass too.
You PC, bro?
Dude, right?
They're both
Clubs.
badass names. Aurora is badass, and so is Storm.
Aurora
It's
is
a cool ass name.
Aurora is a badass
Yeah,
name.
I'd name my kid that. But Storm
I know.
is
I
equally
love
badass.
Aurora. Which, going back to Gambit, the first appearance of Gambit was in a Storm
Yeah.
comic.
So,
And no one cares.
if
and
it ain't
no one-
Rogue, it doesn't
Nah.
matter.
So
I just thought I would.
He
Yeah,
appeared
just
in
a
a Storm
useless
comic.
fact
Yeah,
I
but
thought
he's
I'd
not
throw
Storm,
out.
so he doesn't.
well, you failed.
He's not Black Panther, so he doesn't matter. Exactly.
He's
going
not
in these
Storm,
movies for,
so
like,
why should
Storm
I
and
care? Wubba lubba dub dub.
Old Rick, always ruining things.
Oh jeez, why are you always picking on me, Professor X? I just want to use my cards to go and blow stuff up, you know?
X and Remy.
You just don't understand, Morty.
But X and
Tiny
Remy,
Rick.
All
Is that the
right,
title?
I think
X and Remy.
we're out of things to say.
Yeah,
Or
we're
Mass
just referencing Rick and Morty at this point.
I think it's about. I think it's a good time to. I think it's a good time to wrap this up.
Some of us
Yeah,
have to get up in the
absolutely.
morning.
Anyways, I'm your host this week, Luke, and I'm joined with these three fine sweaties.
Aurora is my ride or
Segway
die.
Will, would you like to say your goodbyes?
Hey, they were the best power couple.
I thought Black Panther
Will
was
and
your
Jade
ride
are
or
the
die.
best black couple in celebrities until they got divorced. I'll fight someone on that. At least their kids aren't weird, except for the mutant powers.
Oh, anyways, yeah. Thanks. Thank you, Nick and
thanks,
Luke,
guys.
for joining us this week.
Go
Yeah,
watch the
just gotta-
DC. Go watch.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's time for plugins here.
Go watch DC Super Friends. It's better.
Well, damn.
It's out on Thursday.
I'm not gonna comment.
We're just waiting for the inevitable crossover, Crisis on
Crisis
Infinite
on
podcast.
Infinite, hybrid on different.
And I am counting
Hybrid on
down to that
Infinite Earths.
day. I cannot wait.
I'll be the
Black.
Flash.
And I'll be Quicksilver.
Oh. I'll be the Flash. I'll be
I
Black.
love
I'll be
this show.
Well, that's a race that no one expected to see.
Leave it to the black guy to be. Damn it, Will.
Who wins that race?
Anyways, yeah, this has been the Marvelite podcast with two guys from
It
the
happens.
DC podcast. You guys can catch this episode on YouTube on the Hybrid Network and on SoundCloud on Hybrid Network's profile. Until next time.